Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am really excited about today's trip. It is a beautiful day and we are heading up a little valley in the Arthur's Pass National Park to go and enjoy a little bit of adventure. It is so good to be outdoors. I think especially at the moment, life feels a bit crazy. There's something about being outside, getting back to the simple things in life, a bit of survival. Looking for a place to spend the night, trying to light a fire, cooking up some good food, going to bed when the sun sets and up when the sun rises. That just resets you, and it's just what I need right now. What makes this valley adventurous is the track is not maintained, and that means you need to keep your wits about you. There's a lot of rivers to cross, and there's even a waterfall that you need to navigate around. That involves climbing up a really steep scree chute. The river gets gorgy and narrow. Sounds like a whole lot of fun. There's nothing like a little bit of adventure in your life to make you feel alive. I see the track. Whoa. Oh. Apparently, you can't go up that way. I'm trusting them. Apparently there's a big waterfall you have to climb up. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off, scramble up, see you at the top. Whoa. I'm only that far up. That's where I need to go. I'll hold you straight. You can see the angle. You wouldn't want to be scared of heights. Okay, onwards. It's where we've come from. cool. It's almost a rock bivvy, but it's too lumpy on the ground to sleep in there. I've basically been following the river, crossing back and forth across it, and then dipping up into the trees when I've needed to for quite a while actually. I should break out shortly out onto the flats. I'm looking forward to that actually, because in about half an hour I need to look for a campsite. Getting caught in the perfection trap. Like I'm trying to find the perfect spot to camp, as though in this beautiful sea of perfection there might be one spot that's even more perfect than the others. Just trying to find somewhere that balances my desire for the view, my desire not to be too close to the river where it's noisy, somewhere flat and not too rocky, somewhere where we're not going to lose the sun as early as other spots, somewhere where I won't get soggy underneath me if it rains in the night, and somewhere out of the wind. Did I say that already? Maybe I didn't say somewhere to tie the tarp off to. I can hear a Kia. They're cheeky birds. They come and interfere with your camp, but they're absolutely beautiful. They're our native parrot. So I hope it comes closer and I get to show you. The idea with my crazy upside down tarp is that I want to be able to enjoy the view as much as possible. While I've got the sun, I want to make the most of it. But overnight, I want to be able to cinch these sides down nicely in case the rain that's forecast to fall at 7 AM tomorrow morning comes early. I want to make sure I've got a lot of protection and I don't get the rain blowing in underneath the tarp. That's why I haven't put it up super high. That's not very helpful. Oh man, should have checked that. It's a really good idea to check your gear periodically. Obviously I took a guy line off this tarp at some point and didn't replace it. That's my mistake. So what I'm going to have to do is cut this guy line that's really long, which I originally intended as like a long ridge line. I'll have to cut this into two. I think we've probably only got 15 more minutes of daylight. Well, sunlight anyway. The sun doesn't go down till 7:30, but we're going to lose the sun from the valley soon. Minutes of sunshine, I think, if that. Times like this, you flex tail pump. This is my first time using this mat, so I'm just trying to work out the comfort level, how much air I want in it. It's the MacPack Firm Air Sleeping Mat, ultralight in size large. It's 720 grams and has an R value of 4.2. This is actually a mat that I bought for my husband for his motorbiking for Christmas, and he's very kindly loaned it to me to try out. Fantastic. I think it's time to get some trousers on because the sandflies are coming out for the night to feast and bite me before sunset. And then I'm going to get some firewood, I think. I actually think it's going to be lovely to have a little fire. Up in the mountains it's always a lot colder than down in the valleys. So even though it's only, what is it, maybe the 24? 28, 27, 25, even though it's only the 25th of March, which is only, 3-4 weeks into autumn. It's already starting to get a little bit cold. So I'm going to gather some firewood for a little fire down here. It's going to be lovely just sitting here, watching and listening to the river and the crackling of the fire. And I'll get dinner started quite soon because I'm actually super hungry. I had this delicious salad from dinner last night that I packed to have for lunch at the car before I started my walk, and unfortunately I left it on the kitchen bench at home. So I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm looking forward to my dinner a lot.
So lucky living in the South Island of New Zealand, because on the most part I can drink the water directly out of the rivers. That's definitely not the case anywhere except in the mountains. You really have to make sure that wherever you're drinking from is coming from a clean source, that there's no tracks and huts and various things further up. Having said that, there is a little hut further up this valley. It's called the Southern Valley Biv. So in New Zealand we don't call them cabins, we call them huts, and our huts are, for the most part, they belong to people, the taxpayer, and they're managed by the Department of Conservation. There are some private huts as well, and huts that belong to things like the Deer Stalkers Association or various mountaineering clubs and things like that. And the ones that are serviced and managed and maintained tend to be called huts. Ones that are called bivvies often don't get a lot of attention, and they tend to be, they are small. They don't have great facilities. They're really just designed as a shelter. So the one up here, Southern Valley Biv, I haven't been to it before. I was going to see if I could make it up there today. I didn't intend to sleep in the bivvy. I wouldn't have done that anyway, but I was going to see if I could make it up there to show you guys. But it's just more and more and more of this kind of walking through this open valley, and I didn't really feel it was necessary. But there are some videos on YouTube if you just type in Southern Valley Biv. A couple of people have done trips up there. The one I really like is Kevin from Sam and Kev's Outdoor Adventures. I think that's what it's called, yeah. Kev did a trip up there with his brother, and that was a really nice video actually, up to Southern Valley. Oh, hang on, no, it was a different one. I've been watching a few videos of theirs to get some ideas. He did do this trip up to the Southern Valley Biv, but he did it on his own. So if you want to see what it's like, have a look at that video. Sam and Kev's Outdoor Adventures. I don't know why I'm questioning what it's called. I think because I feel like I'm talking about Dumb and Dumber, was it? Shouldn't say that. Oh, was it Dumb and Dumber where there was like Sam and Kev, or anyway. Party time! Excellent! Woo woo! honestly and truly, I don't think I've ever started a fire in the outdoors without fire starters or newspaper. So I'm always camping in the rain. So I'm hoping this works. Who would have thought a fire was so easy to start? Oh my goodness. Oh, dry firewood. I cannot believe it. This is so good. Crikey, this is so easy. Honestly, the number of hours that I have spent trying to get fires started on my trips, whew, I don't think there is a single thing I spend more time doing on a trip than trying to get fires started. Which is why when it's pouring with rain, there's just no chance of like starting a forest fire. I'm barely able to get a fire going under the most controlled situation. But this is so cool! Woo! Who would have thought? It's actually a lot like a fire on a beach. This wood is a bit like driftwood. It's washed down the river and then laid out there in the sun. So what I've got here for dinner is potato gnocchi with roast chicken, red onion, red chilli, mushrooms, garlic, and to go in at the end, spinach. I'm so excited about dinner. I'm so glad I brought heaps and heaps of dinner. I usually bring extra food in case I get stuck or I injure myself and I have to spend another night or something like that. But on this occasion, because I didn't eat any lunch, I am eating it all. Well, I still have my breakfast, but I have a monster dinner and I'm so excited. So good. The problem with this little cooker, so this is just a simple, actually makes it fire maple, a simple little stove head. So good when you only want to take a little bit of weight. The problem is the heat is very direct, and so you end up burning food onto the bottom of your pot or pan or billy, because the heat's just kind of going straight into the center. So I'm heating up some water to try and soften it, and then I'll use some gritty sand from the river to try and scour out the burnt bit. heated up lots of water because I love to have a hot wash in the evening, especially when it's not raining and freezing cold. So I'm going to use that water to have a bit of a wash, and then I'm going to make a hot drink, climb into bed, get an early night. I'm going to need it because I've got a very early start tomorrow. So the rain is supposed to start falling at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 7:30. I have to be back at the car by 10 a.m. because I'm picking somebody up from the airport at 12. And it took me 3 hours to get here, including all of the filming, which would have been a good 20 minutes of extra time, and I think I could easily cut 10 minutes off the walk back because I'm going downhill more than uphill. So I reckon instead of 3 hours it will take me 2.5. Sunrise is at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. So that's the other reason why I decided to stop here rather than going further up the valley. I needed to be able to walk out in 2.5 hours. Also because I don't want to let any of the rain that does fall accumulate and start rising the level of the rivers further down. That's my main concern, is further down. So I'm going to get up and get going early. Right now I'm going to have a herbal tea, watch the fire, and just listen to stream. Good night everybody. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, don't forget that like button. It makes a difference. Thank you.
Good morning. That was a bit quicker getting down than it was getting up. The chute. It really felt like a chute coming down. I'm making good time, going a bit faster than I was when I was walking in. So should be able to make it down to the car by 10 a.m. Had a beautiful night's sleep. My mat that I borrowed from my husband was great, really good. I was so warm. It was so lovely being beside the river, listening to the river all night. Such an awesome trip. I'm going to push on and catch up with you further down the valley. I've just crossed the last river and the rain is setting in, so it is perfect time to be getting back to the car. Thank you guys so much for coming on this trip with me. I hope you really enjoyed yourself. I'm going to be heading south for my next trip. I am heading far south for my next trip. It's going to be quite different from the places I've been to previously, so keep an eye out. Thank you so much to all my supporters. I really appreciate you guys, especially at the moment with the price of diesel. Eek, it's making trips a bit more challenging, so thank you so much for those little donations that allow me to produce these videos. Really appreciate you guys. YouTube super thanks, my members on YouTube, my members on Buy Me a Coffee, and my donors on Buy Me a Coffee. I also just really appreciate all you guys who've watched the video to the end, for clicking the like button, subscribing, and the occasional ad, maybe, just maybe. Okay, take care. Bye.